best lyricist of all time, but he can't make up his mind. You know, he goes, man walks up the street. He was called Short Street. No, me was Short Street. No, it was Long Street. You know, like, and then and that sort of thing. And he, this other guy he talks about Bruce Springsteen, and this is always kills me. He says, you know what, Bruce Springsteen, he's an icon. He's a fantastic musician. You know, like his songs swing through. He's got such big fans. But it goes, the only thing is, he pretty much always tells you what he did that day. He goes, you know, he's like, Bruce, baby, why didn't I think of that? You know. And so.
So I have to confess, I'm not a Bruce Springsteen fan. I've tried, and I just can't.
I'm with you.
But I saw him once, and the thing is, I actually left early because basically the Black Crowes were on first.
Right on.
Well, actually, no, they weren't on first. They were on before Bruce Springsteen, but there was a whole day of bands. But I can't remember even who was playing. But the Black Crowes was the reason I was there. And they were amazing. And they were just... Well, they were the Black Crowes, man. They were just stunning. But they played, and they got 45, maybe 50 minutes. And then Bruce Springsteen came on and started his 4-hour set. And I was just like,
God.
That's not right.
Done.
Like, you know, give the Black Crowes a couple of hours at least, and then you've still probably got 2-3 hours where you can, you know, dick around and unplug your lead and plug it into another guitar and make loads of feedback noises and do whatever you do, and, you know, make your vest sweaty and dirty and, you know, pretend you're in Die Hard. Whatever it is he does, go for it, fine, but do it for 2 hours, not 4, and let the Black Crowes. So I just couldn't, you know, after like 3 songs I was like, nah. But, you know, part of the reason I don't like him is I can't see any substance to what he's singing, and I think that describes it perfectly, because it is just like what I did today. I think that's why I think whoever that was nailed why I don't like Bruce Springsteen.
Well, no,
sorry, Bruce, I know you're probably listening.
No, you're right. You know what? I do agree with you, and it's one of those things. But you know, it's one of the first, like, I guess, comedy tapes I heard repeatedly. So I remembered it, and the other one I remember, and this is because like my dad had the record, was old Woody Allen,
right,
and Lily Tomlin.
Oh,
so,
nice.
But some really funny stuff, and you know, even Woody Allen stuff. Like the first introduction to him was there, and then we got into the movies like Sleeper, and you know, and Bananas, and like there's a lot of good ones. I mean, like one of the ones I saw at the theaters was Small Time Crooks.
Right. Yeah.
And that was pretty funny. And my favorite joke, and this is so let's nobody take offense to this because this is completely clean, but it was a lot of fun. And he's at this party.
God,
so no, it's not as bad as it sounds. Trust me, it's not as nearly as bad as it sounds. I'm just kind of queuing it up wrong here. But anyways, he's at a party, and he says because you know how Canadians make fun of Newfies, and you know the U.S. makes fun of Polish, so we can make a Newfies to make it easier. Anyways, he says, have you heard about the Newfie? Have you heard about the Newfie carpool? They're like, no, what happens? Well, they all meet at work. Yeah. So, like I said,
that's much cleaner than I thought.
Yeah, exactly. No. If it was really bad, there's no way I would ever say it online ever. No, if it was nasty, I would not be saying it at all.
I didn't think you would.
No, that's not. Yeah, well, just because I'm not going to get into the semantics of it, but forget it. So
what it is.
Yeah.
And again, I'm going to be. Hopefully not in trouble here, but that's a Canadian thing. That's ultra politeness. It's like, nobody take offence on my friends. Yeah. Joke, please. I love it.
Right
anyway.
On. So we have one more song to get to, then we're going to get to our special guest, and we kind of switch things up here just because flow-wise that would work better. So next up is Q Cliche, who I believe are on tour right now. This one's called A Song for Charlie. Dig this. Q Cliche with a song for Charlie. Man, that was a lot of fun. Like, reminds me of old Blink 182, and like really decent, man. Like, I just love these guys.
I think these guys are a fantastic band. I love the fact that pop punk's coming back, and it's coming back much better than it was when it came out originally.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of. I was quite into that scene. It was, it's a thing when I was kind of in college or whatever, and there was some good bands. Blink 182 had a couple of good tracks that weren't kind of really my thing. Some 41 had a kind of Iron Maiden vibe, which was cool. I loved all that kind of stuff. But the bands we're getting through now that are doing it so much better. These guys are awesome. Mr. Happy Chainsaw was the other one, and they are just absolutely fantastic. I'm just like, this is great. This should be a whole thing. I hope there's another 5 years of this. It's brilliant.
Yeah,
it
right.
Properly makes you jump up and down and have a good time, man. It's a great, this is the soundtrack to your Saturday, right? So that's what it should be.
Yeah, right. I know. Sorry, right now it's my phone's being a little slow, so still trying to send out the tweet for Q Cliche, so it's coming up. And I just messaged our special guest, and it's still sending. So let's give them a call and see if they're on anyway. So just give me one moment here, and we'll get our special guest on here.
Excellent. Shall I try and guess who it is? Is it Axl Rose?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know if I'd ever have him on ever, just because he's like Johnny Rodden, except he Johnny Rodden is actually a little bit more polite.
I'm not sure how well it would go with that.
Yeah, right. Eh?
Slash maybe. He seems like a genuinely nice guy.
Yeah, no, that'd be a lot of fun.
Slash to me feels like he probably regularly calls his mom, and
All right. So we're calling this individual right now, and welcome Harry, ill-advised. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good, man. How are you?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
So there's your surprise, Mike, as we have Harry on. Sorry, Harry, trying to message you. My phone's moving a little slow. So let's get right into it, man. Masochist came out yesterday, and you posted it to iTunes. It even posted it a half hour earlier on iTunes. So let's get into it, man. How happy are you right now that the album is finally out?
Oh, I'm psyched that people finally get to hear it. It's been a year and a half of hard work, so it's a relief and a lot of fun to finally have it out there for people to hear.
Well, like I think we told you before, like we really, really enjoyed it, and man, now that it's out, it's wow. Like I'm still impressed. It's just nice that I can actually put it on in my car and listen to it on repeat, no problem. And I have been for the past, since you sent it to me, really.
Oh, that's awesome! Wow, thank you so much. I'm psyched that you've been digging it.
Oh well, like when Mike and I talked to you last time, it was just like something we'd never like really even heard of before. I used the background to it, right? And I was talking with Brian from Factory Fast Records yesterday, because we do like we'll call it like a warm up to Music Saturday every Saturday. We were talking about it, and I was talking about the new album that had come out obviously yesterday. And I said too, like some of the posts you had put up, and said you were taking ours more seriously as to what you're doing musically and what you're writing. And man, it just really stood out. And because when I talked to him too, he said, well, most artists are pretty much regular people. It's like, of course they are. They may a lot of times the persona kind of stands out, and the person's completely different than they think they'd be. And I said, you know what, most of the time I'm not sure what to expect from the person I'm interviewing, but kind of go into it to have fun with it anyways. So now that I've blabbed on for a few minutes, Mike, I'll give Mike the mic here, quote unquote.
Well, first of all, hello. What a fantastic surprise! I'm so glad it's you. How you doing, man? You alright?
Good. Yeah. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm very well. I have to say, I'm completely with Bonesy. I'm really digging the new album, and I just think, much like I said to you last time when I'd only heard a couple of tracks, I'm amazed that you can do all of that stuff on your own. I think it's kind of insane that there's so much going on. It's cool, but yeah, how's it been, man? How's the reaction to it and everything? How are you enjoying being a famous rock star with an album out now?
Oh god, well, I got I've received a lot of good emails, some feedback, which surprised just people out of the blue. It's been really cool, and I mean, I think, I think people are kind of. It'll take a while to kind of have everyone digest it and kind of get a better idea of what people think. But I think, I think so far there's been a lot of positive response, but I think it's kind of a polarizing type of record. I mean, just the subject matter is kind of which I guess I'd rather have a reaction than have people be like whatever. So no, I'm really pleased and surprised. So no, it's been great.
I personally think that music that's polarizing is fantastic, because actually, I mean, I'm in the love it camp, but it doesn't matter. Like you say, it's the kind of, get a reaction and make people think about something or have a feeling about something is great. If someone hates it, then great. At least they feel something. At least they've noticed it. At least they feel something about it, and they've got an opinion on it, and that's one of the best things about releasing something. So for anyone that wasn't listening to the original interview, do you want to retell the bit of the background on the album and stuff? Do you want to repeat yourself?
Sure. So let's see. God. So I started recording Masochists basically the day Parkway Divides, which was my first record, came out. So that was the end of November in 2015, and it was just meant to be like an EP, because I figured, I knew that I had hit a point with Parkway Divides where I kind of had taken that alternative rock sound that started in the 90s and continued through the 2000s when digital recording became a thing. I kind of felt like, okay, I had taken that as far as I could. I didn't see any way I could kind of do the whole, here's the intro with the, rock guitars, rock drums, and, synths and stuff like that with the big choruses that I kind of, I felt like, okay, I can't, and I wasn't feeling it anymore. And just, we had toured Parkway, and, the live band I was playing with, everyone kind of went their separate ways. So I kind of figured, okay, I was getting gig offers in the UK and in Germany, and I was like, I couldn't get out there. So I'm like, okay,
right.
Well, I'm bored with what I'm doing now, and, what would happen if I just ditched the acoustic drums and kind of took a different approach, a more electronic kind of rhythmic approach to it. And so that kind of started it. And once I recorded Jack the Ripper, which is the Morrissey cover, that was when I kind of realized, wow, this is this kind of set the tone for what the record would kind of begin to sound like. And from there, for me, like we talked about the last interview, nothing's deliberate, nothing's calculated.